The phone buzzed on the marble countertop like a trapped wasp, rattling the half-empty coffee mug beside it. Mark's thumb hovered over the screen, frozen mid-scroll. The LinkedIn notification glowed white against the dark glass. Sarah just posted. He almost swiped it away. Another humble brag about her new promotion probably, but the preview thumbnail stopped him cold. Sarah's radiant smile, the one that used to greet him every morning across the kitchen table, now beamed out beside a stranger's arm draped possessively over her shoulder. The caption underneath sliced straight through his sternum. So grateful my boyfriend connected me with his mentor. Boyfriend. The word detonated inside his skull. Mark's pulse hammered in his ears, drowning the low hum of the refrigerator. He set the phone down with deliberate care, as if it might explode, and stared at the granite veins until they blurred. 8 years of marriage, 8 years of whispered 3 a.m. confessions, of choosing paint swatches together, of holding her hair back the night she sobbed over her father's cancer diagnosis, compressed into a single poisonous syllable. He forced himself to pick the phone up again. The post loaded fully. There she was, his wife, in the emerald dress he'd bought her for their anniversary, laughing in a rooftop bar he didn't recognize. The man's hand rested low on her waist, thumb grazing the curve just above her hip. The caption continued. Couldn't have landed the senior strategist role without Alex's guidance. Forever thankful for this incredible human. #blessed, #career win, #power couple. Power couple. The hashtag felt like a slap. Mark's knees buckled. He sank onto the bar stool, the leather creaking under his sudden weight. His reflection in the black screen looked alien. Eyes too wide, mouth slack. He scrolled the comments with a trembling thumb. Goals. You two are unstoppable. Sarah plus Alex equals fire. Each heart emoji was a fresh stab. He recognized none of the names. When had her network become a foreign country? The front door clicked open. Sarah's heels tapped across the hardwood, the rhythm he used to mimic in the shower when he teased her about sounding like a tap-dancing penguin. She appeared in the doorway, cheeks flushed from the October wind, hair tousled in the way that once made him pull her back to bed on Saturday mornings. Hey babe. She dropped her purse on the island, oblivious. You won't believe the day I had. The team took me out for drinks to celebrate the new title. Boyfriend, Mark said. The word scraped his throat raw. Sarah froze mid-motion, fingers still on the zipper of her coat. What? He turned the phone toward her. The screen illuminated her face in cold blue. Her eyes flicked to the post, then to him, then away. The silence stretched, thick and suffocating. It's just LinkedIn, she said finally, voice paper thin. People exaggerate for engagement. Engagement. He tasted the word like bile. Is that what we're calling it now? Sarah's shoulders curled inward. She reached for the phone, but he pulled it back. Mark, let me explain. Explain what? That you've been lying for months? That the late nights, the client dinners, the perfume I didn't recognize. Explain how any of that fits into just LinkedIn? Her chin trembled. It started innocently. Alex heads the mentorship program at his firm. He saw my portfolio, said I had potential. We met for coffee to discuss strategy. Coffee, Mark echoed. And then drinks. And then rooftop bars. And then his hand on your ass in front of the entire internet. Sarah flinched as if he'd struck her. It wasn't like that at first. You were always buried in your own deadlines, Mark. I felt invisible. Alex listened. He saw me. The confession landed between them like a live wire. Mark's chest caved in. Invisible. He remembered the nights he'd fallen asleep on the couch with his laptop still open, the mornings he'd kissed her forehead on his way out without asking how her pitch went. He remembered her asking if they could take a vacation, just the two of them, and him promising after this quarter. I was trying to build something for us, he whispered. The promotion, the bigger house, the future. I didn't want a bigger house. Sarah's voice cracked. I wanted my husband, but you were never here. Alex was. The name hung in the air, obscene. Mark stood so fast the stool clattered backward. So you fucked him because I missed a few date nights? Sarah's eyes filled. It wasn't about sex. Not at first. It was feeling chosen. Every day. Like I mattered more than a spreadsheet. Mark laughed, a broken sound. And posting it? rubbing it in my face with hashtags. I didn't think you'd see it, she admitted, small. You never check LinkedIn. The honesty gutted him more than any lie could have. He turned away, gripping the counter until his knuckles blanched. The kitchen smelled like the lemon cleaner she loved. The one they'd argued over because he hated the scent. Now it choked him. How long? He asked the window. 4 months. 4 months. While he'd been planning a surprise weekend in Napa for their anniversary. While he'd been practicing saying, "I'm proud of you" in the mirror because he knew he hadn't said it enough. For months of her coming home smelling like someone else's cologne, kissing him with lips that had whispered another man's name. Sarah stepped closer. He could feel her heat at his back. I ended it tonight. Before the celebration. I told Alex it was a mistake, that I couldn't lose you. Mark spun around. You think that fixes this? You think deleting a post erases the fact that you let him touch you in the dress I bought you? Tears tracked down her cheeks, mascara bleeding black rivers. I don't know how to fix it. I just know I walked away from the only person who's ever felt like home. The word home cracked something open in his chest. He saw them at 25, broke and laughing in their first apartment, eating cereal for dinner because rent was due. He saw her holding his hand in the ER when his mother coded, promising they'd get through it together. He saw the ultrasound photo still magnetized to the fridge, the baby they'd lost at 10 weeks, the grief that had quietly calcified between them. I don't know who you are right now, he said, voice splintering. Sarah sank to the floor, knees hitting tile with a dull thud. I'm still me. I'm just broken. And terrified. Mark stared at her crumpled form, the woman he'd vowed to protect, now shattered by her own choices. The phone buzzed again. Another comment, another heart. He powered it off. The silence that followed was deafening. Outside, leaves scraped across the driveway like dry bones. Inside, the life they'd built trembled on the edge of collapse. Mark crouched, not touching her, close enough to see the freckles across her nose he used to kiss every morning. I need to know everything, he said. Every coffee, every text, every time you chose him over us. And then I need to figure out if there's anything left to save. Sarah looked up, eyes swollen. I'll tell you all of it. Whatever it takes. He nodded once, the motion feeling like surrender and defiance all at once. The story wasn't over. Betrayal had rewritten the middle. But the ending remained unwritten. For the first time in hours, Mark breathed, the air tasting like ash and fragile, impossible hope.